This is Bill Newman, WHMP.
Welcome to NPR, Northampton Poetry Radio, with erstwhile Poet Laureate Rich Michelson.
All right. Well, welcome, everyone. You know, living in Western Massachusetts is both a blessing and a curse today, as it often is, as life often is. A blessing because we are surrounded by so many world-renowned poets, the best of the best, often live here and work here. A curse because sometimes they're reading at the same time and you have to decide where to go. So tonight, okay, if you're not at a poetry reading tonight, I want to see the note from your doctor, because we have two amazing poets on the show. We have two readings tonight. We have Magdalena Gómez, who is the Springfield Poet Laureate, and we'll have her in a moment. And we have Paul Mariani, one of the most respected, well-known poets this country has ever produced. They are both reading this evening. Magdalena is reading at 7 o'clock tonight, the first in-person event for Straw Dog Writers Night Out, the Western Mass Writers Guild. She is reading at, what does this say, a place called R. Michelson Galleries in Northampton, Massachusetts. I've heard of it. I think I've been there every day for the last 41 years of my life. It says here, I'm reading from the press release, the Michelson Gallery is donating 20% of all purchases on, really? Hey, I don't know, I got to talk to my staff, to any Straw Dog Writers Guild for their annual fundraiser. If you are thinking of buying art from Michelson's, June 7th is the time. That's what it says. I guess it's too late for me to take that back. Magdalena, welcome to the show. We're going to start with you.
Thank you so much.
And
I'm very happy to be here.
Well, it's great. Let me just say, for people who don't know, you are, as I said, the Poet Laureate or were the Poet Laureate of Springfield, Mass. Yes?
I
Are
still
you still?
am.
All right, good, sweet. All right, we're still in there. You're also an Academy of American Poets Laureate Fellow in 2021. You are an author, a performance poet, a playwright, a librettist, and may I say, a badass womanist. I'm allowed to say that, it's on your site. And author of Shameless Woman. And you have a new book out, just out, which you will be reading from tonight, called Mihai, a memoir noir. There we go. I can't even do English. Anyways, Bill was just talking about how the Supreme Court doesn't think words have meaning. But tonight we've got poets reading, and they give words back meaning. Your book is published by Heliotrope Books. It is a hybrid of prose, poetry, and a dream journal, excerpts with code switching throughout. And it chronicles the first 19 years of your life. So tell me, did you start writing this as a memoir, or were you just writing various poems, prose, etc., and then later decided to bring it together? How did this come about?
This book was very intentionally planned out as a memoir that included, the various forms of writing that I do. And my intention for writing this book, it's not really, I didn't really write it for myself. I wrote it for a time when there has been an escalation in the abuse, neglect, and erasure of children, of human beings. There's a rise in traumatic events. There's a rise in mental illness. And so I wanted to share some of my story from going from trauma to triumph. And I wanted to do it with humor because I wrote this book really to encourage others to know that it is possible to get to the other side. Well, people see me as very strong, and they have certain ideas about who I've been and how I've lived, and most of those presumptions are wrong.
Well, what I would love is to, and then continue, I would love to hear a piece of this, if you can read us something so people get a taste of what they can hear tonight.
Absolutely. All of the chapters have a texture title, and this one is Pulpwood. And this is a section from the library. When I was 8 years old, I had trouble figuring out the Dewey Decimal System, so this is what I did instead. Melville Dewey did for books what Abraham tried to do with the stars. Plays. Okay, walk the aisle with eyes closed. Hand facing books inches away. Feel for the heat. O'Neill, Ionesco, Genet, Behan, Pirandello, Lorca, Miller, Arrabal, Artaud, Jarry, all men. But Lorca, he is so much more than a man. I read his poem, The Little Mute Boy, in a book forced between the plays, and I fall in love. I whisper into the book, "You look so much like my papi." Poetry, feel for the heat, more than one voice guiding me, not a voice at all, a feeling like the bottom of the ocean welcoming me to walk, to breathe, teaching me that the impossible is just a bad idea, not a reality. Chinese women poets. Thank you, Arthur Waley. Robert Frost, Tennyson, Keats, essays, Feel for the Heat. A collection of poetry by Ralph Waldo Emerson falls open to words by poet William Cowper. I would not enter in my list of friends who needlessly sets foot upon a worm. Those words set my moral compass in a steadfast direction. Ralph Waldo and me, a red pencil heart in my notebook. Lorca is a different love. I don't know why. His hand fits perfectly inside of mine. I can wear his shoes. He fits into mine. We share a hat. We both like it when rust spreads on cement. Barnacles live on wood. Scars form on flesh. None of the other kids know about Lorca or Ralph Waldo, at least not the way I do. I can't tell anyone. I find Lorca in English only, except when we meet in the spaces between words, not taught, not learned, not preached, born to know what others don't want to know.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You've been listening to Magdalena Gómez. She is reading tonight, don't miss it, at 7 to 9 for the Straw Dogs Writers Night Out at R. Michelson Galleries. That's right in the center of Main Street in Northampton. That just gives you a taste of what you're going to hear tonight. Moving words have meanings. Poets give them meaning. I've had a chance to read some of what you sent me, Magdalena. It was moving, funny. People like that. Okay,
But
deep
no need
and
to
great.
traumatize people.
Okay, and I hope you can make it. Again, I am sad that I wish you and Paul were reading together, because I think you will hear in a moment. You both go back to the masters and follow that long line of poetry. You are listening to NPR, Northampton Poetry Radio, the Bill Newman Show. You're Bill Newman, right? On WHMP. We will be right back.